Hey, and welcome to the show. I'm the Crypto Kid. In these videos, we take a look at Bitcoin and everything that's going on in the world of cryptocurrency. So if you're new to the show, we make daily videos. Welcome. Let's jump right in. Take a look to see what's going on with Bitcoin Cash this morning. Now, as you can see, we are sitting around that $1,200 mark, and Bitcoin has been doing quite well maintaining that because we have been battling the BTC chain, and the excitement is clearly increasing with BTC with a lot of people around the world. Now, believe it or not, we almost broke through that $16,000 mark today, up from 13 only 12 hours ago. I should say 24 probably at this point, but that is an incredible feat nonetheless. Now, as in my opinion, this is now a speculative investment, as really there is no real world use for this coin, if you want to call it that. But this blockchain BTC is causing a lot of problems. There's a lot of transactions stuck right now currently, and I just got a message on my phone here from Coinbase saying, we have never seen this amount of volume before, and people have problems getting on to their accounts, let alone being able to send it. So this is the problem that we have with Bitcoin BTC, and that's why I do support fully BCH, as it is not only a real world changer here, but we can use it currently right now in the real world, and there's a lot of potential for it. So let's jump over to the market. As you can see, we're currently sitting at around 27% gains with BTC, and a lot of the other cryptocurrencies are down considerably. Now, with Quantum and Stratus, that is a little bit, or I should say more with Stratus itself, we've seen a bit more gains there, but currently the market's looking pretty red. Now, will we see a retracement? Well, a lot of people are saying yes, we will. But then again, they've been saying that for a long time too. Now, keep in mind, this is uncharted waters, unprecedented, as they say. We've never been here before. Where it will go is anyone's guess, but my opinion, in the long run, there's a lot more promise for the BCH chain. And we did see an article about that in the New York Times yesterday, where they actually dropped the word Bitcoin Cash as an alternative to these world problems that we're seeing that are typically crushing or crippling the intentions of what Bitcoin was. So let's jump over to an article over on Bitcoin.com. Now, this came out today, and it's really interesting as it talks about South Korea and their awareness that's growing over there. Now, 90% of those that were asked said yes, they've at least heard of it, with about 26 of those actually purchasing Bitcoin. Now, if you contrast that, you can say only 10% of those polled had not heard about Bitcoin in South Korea. And in contrast to the US, over 70% of people that were polled in November said that they had not heard about it. Now, you can also argue that this is interesting because of those 90% that knew about Bitcoin in South Korea, I should say everyone that was polled, only 8% of those knew or have even heard about a blockchain. So let's go back a minute here, and with everyone that was asked in South Korea, with 26% of those having purchased, majority were from the ages 20 to 50, and roughly all of those were roughly even, with about 20-year-olds averaging about 22% purchasing, and the majority of those were in their 30s, with roughly 30% of those being in their 30s, and 26 were in their 40s, and 23% were in their 50s. So it's pretty consistent across the board. Roughly around that 20 to 30% of them, but 20-year-olds all the way up to 50-year-olds. And it's interesting to see. Now, the reason that I found this compelling is that it's the idea of Bitcoin, and that's why I feel that this is happening. This fear of missing out. People have heard about it, and they want in. But it's interesting that not many of them clearly understand the mechanics of what it is. What is Bitcoin? What's the importance? What's the potential to create economic freedom? And I think that is where the energy has to be put. Now, in my opinion, this is where I want to spend more and more of my time focusing on Bitcoin Cash, because it has the potential not only to create interest, because clearly we've seen how people can get interested without even understanding the mechanics behind it. So can you imagine the power of having something like Bitcoin Cash and having the excitement behind it to actually be used as a currency, not only as just a speculative investment, and people can get excited about that because they're using it, their finances are growing. So this is where the real interest happens with me, especially as South Korea has a huge support with one of the largest exchanges in the world. You know, the highest Bitcoin trading volume comes right out of South Korea, out of the exchange BitThumb, who just listed Bitcoin Cash itself. And again, the Korean won is third, just behind the USD and the yen. So with the awareness heavily increasing over in South Korea, this is really something to consider, especially if, you know, like people like myself who are pushing Bitcoin Cash and others really push the idea of it being used as a currency. Because without wanting to, you know, go into it too much, it's clear to see that we can enhance the awareness about this tenfold. So, you know, thanks for watching, and I will continue to monitor this and invest more and more of my time into Bitcoin Cash, raising the awareness of how it can be used as a currency, but not only that, to enhance the lives of yourself and everyone around the planet. So again, thanks for watching. Pleasure to make these videos, and we will see you in the next one.